And do you know why we're going to be tapping them on the shoulder and hollering at them?
So we know if we have to get consent or not.
Mm-hmm. And to see if they're conscious. They may just be out there sunbathing. They may just be taking a nap. If they're laying flat on their back and you go over and start pushing on their chest and they wake up, they're going to be upset. So you're making sure that they are unconscious or dead and not just asleep. And they may not be able to hear you, so that's why you're giving the tap. Don't do any kind of sternum rubs or anything like that. That's not a good thing to do. Don't pinch them, don't poke at them. Just if you give them a tap on the shoulder, that's going to be sufficient to get their attention if they're just asleep. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be working on conscious and unconscious choking. So I'm going to need everybody to come back up front, and we're going to work on this. Forcefully, but they're able to get some sound out. They're still able to get a little bit of breath out. What you're going to want to do is approach him as he's coughing and just be like, "Are you okay?" And you're going to be, and well, you just encourage him at that point. Keep coughing, try and get it out. You're like a little cheerleader, but you don't want to touch him. You could have the opposite effect if you came up and just whacked him on the back. And that's something I used to do if somebody was coughing, give him a smack on the back, but it may startle him and he may suck that back further and then really start choking. So you don't do anything except encourage until all of a sudden he's doing this, he's turning blue, and there's no more sound coming out, and he's starting to panic. If you could, grab your throat. This is one of those situations where you have to get consent before you can help him out. He may think, even though he's choking and turning blue, he may think he can get the object out on his own. So I approach, "Can I help you?" And he starts shaking his head, "No. I can't do anything. I can call 911, I can hang out with him. Either he's going to get that object out or he's going to pass out." So if he passes out, consent changes, I can then treat him. But otherwise, I just kind of have to wait for EMS or for him to go unconscious. But if I approach and say, "Hey, I know what I'm doing, can I help you?" and he nods, then I'm going to help him out. I'm going to turn you around here for a second. What you're going to want to do is, after you got permission, after you've called, you're going to step in and help out. You're going to come underneath the arm. So I'm going to turn you a little bit so they can see. You're going to come under like this. You're going to grab this far shoulder. See how I have that far shoulder? And then you're going to bend them over about as far as you can get them. And you're holding them. And the reason I'm coming underneath this arm like this is because I've got a pretty good hold on him. Again, the object's going to come out or he's going to go unconscious. If he's like this and he goes unconscious, I can grab him like this so he doesn't go head first. Because if he goes head first and he's choking and bleeding, that's more than you want to deal with. So you want to catch them before they fall. When you get them like this, you want to give 5 good back blows right in between the chicken wings back here. And you're going to just like this 5 times. You're going to stand them up after that. You're going to want their feet spread a little bit. So you can come in here and kind of kick the feet apart if that's what you need to do, but you want to get your leg in between their legs. You have to kind of get up close and personal when you're doing your conscious choking aspects here. But you get your leg in, you're going to reach around, you're going to take your hand, fold your thumb in, and then wrap all the other 4 fingers around your thumb. The part of your thumb is going to go just above the belly button, but below the ribs. So this time you're wanting all squishy. You get in there, and then it's just going to be an in and up motion 5 times. The reason I've got my leg in here is same thing. If he goes unconscious, now I can take a step back. I can slide him down my leg and help him to the floor. With your choking, 5 back blows, 5 abdominal thrusts until the object comes up or until they go unconscious. And again, you're going to feel them go unconscious in your arms. They're going to get limp, and that's when you're going to take them to the ground. It helps sometimes to have a spotter. So if you're doing all of this, your adrenaline's flowing, you may not notice that the object has come out. If somebody else is there who could say, "Hey, the object's up," or you could stop every now and then and ask them, "Is it out?" They're going to say yes. If they say yes, then it's obviously out. If they don't say anything, it's not, and you're just going to keep going. But if your adrenaline's going, you may just keep going on their stomach and their back and just kind of beating them up for no reason. So just make sure that the object is up or it's not. So let's go ahead and partner up. Half of you will choke, the other half will save said chokers. So initially, your victim's just going to be kind of coughing, and you're going to do the cheerleading. Just keep coughing. Keep coughing. Okay, and now they've stopped making noise and they've turned blue. So you're going to call 911, and then you're going to say, "Can I help you?" and step in. And so they're all going to hopefully nod their heads and let you help. Okay. Now when you do this, get your arm up to where you're grabbing the top of his shoulder and then lean him forward. There you go. Yep, and if you can get around her shoulder. Yep. There you go. So you got a better hold of her that way.
Okay, can you breathe?
Then where?
Right in the center of the back. You got your chicken wings right here? Right there. If you kind of, when you're doing it, you're giving a pretty good whack. If you can picture the face of somebody you really don't like, you want to give a good hard whack. But when you're looking at your best friend, grandma, or something like that, you don't want to smack grandma in the back. You're afraid she's brittle and you're going to break her. But you think of somebody that just really ticked you off, you can give a good whack. So that's what you do. You picture that, you get a little bullseye, 5 whacks. And then you're going to stand them up and you're going to go for the belly. Did you get a chance to do the...
No, we didn't do that one yet. I was going to ask, there's the meatball. When you do this, is it like you keep doing it, but you can do the other thing until it's resolved?
Yep, 5 and 5 until it's resolved.
I mean, like even half an hour?
Yeah, it's going to be about 2 minutes and then they'll be unconscious. Yeah, they will not last very long without breathing. If you just think about how long you can hold your breath before you need to gasp, and think about 30 seconds beyond that, you'd be on the floor. You got about 2 minutes to get this out or they're going to be unconscious. You probably have about 5 minutes and they'll be dead. So you won't be doing it for a long period of time. Yep. And then you just take your thumb like that. And then just one. And the other one's going to come across. Yep. You feel that belly button, 2 fingers above, and then in and up.
5 times.
Yep. Just like that. There you go.